Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for taking a few minutes to listen to this conversation from the University of West Florida. My name is Christian Garman. I'm an assistant professor of clinical practice and very pleased that for the next few minutes, I'll be spending some time with the co-chairs of the 11th Annual World Conference on Media and Communication, affectionately known as MEDCOM, happening March 23rd and 24th in Bali, Indonesia. Just as we did last year, I've got Dr. Chris Finner, a professor from the University of West Florida and a colleague of mine, Dr. Tule Atay, a professor at Hatay Mustafa Kemal University in Ankara, Turkey, and Dr. Andrea Volterani, a professor at the University of Rome Tor Vergata. First of all, again, thank you all three for taking a little bit of time. I know that attendees and potential attendees will very much appreciate the conversation. So that said, let's get to it. And Dr. Finner, why don't I start with you? I know you've been involved in this conference for a great many years. This is the 11th annual. And looking back over the last decade, how has MEDCOM evolved in its focus and impact, in your opinion?
Great question. When we started 11 years ago, MedCom was really trying to find its footing as an international conference focused on traditional media and communication theory. And I think equally important, the conference has always sought to address a lack of conference options for academics in Southeast Asia. But over the years, it's grown into a truly global platform that bridges research, practice, and policy. Today we see participants sometimes from over 50 countries sharing work that directly impacts how communication operates in real communities. And I think what makes the conference special for me is that it has created a network of collaboration that continues year round.
Yeah, so impressive. As you said, over 50 countries. Talk about bridging a gap. That's wonderful. Dr. Atay, I know this year's theme emphasizes rethinking media futures. What does that phrase mean to you personally and professionally?
So, Rethinking Media Futures means stepping back from today's default business models, technologies, and narratives, and deliberately choosing what we want media to do for people next. Personally, it's a commitment to curiosity and responsibility. I want to consume and create media that expands empathy, centers diverse voices, and resists shortcuts, and trade human dignity for clicks. It means practicing critical media literacy, integrating algorithms, and building a healthier daily relationship with information. Thank you.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Atay. Appreciate that very much. Dr. Volterani, what unique perspectives do you think participants from different regions, we've talked about the fact that in some cases representing over 50 countries, places like the US, Turkey, Italy, what do these different perspectives bring to these sort of global discussions?
Yes, in my opinion, this is a great opportunity because there are many international conferences, and so it's not the only in the world. But in this case, it is the opportunity for the participants that come from the west part of the world to understand better in which way the Southeast Asia, but not only Southeast Asia, think in different way about research, about media, about technology, about innovation. And it's very interesting to find a different perspective, not only in theory way, but also in the practical way. And so this is the difference is to put together in an international place person that come from different, very different perspectives now. And so it is also the opportunity to know each other better and to have the opportunity to go beyond the barriers, not only cultural barriers, and in this time also very problematic barriers like wars, like conflicts in various ways. And so I think this is the difference of MEDCOM.
Understood. Yes, sir. Very, very good. Thank you for that perspective. Dr. Finner, I recently emceed a conference on Pensacola Beach. It was a tech conference, and over the course of 2 days, not only did it feel like all of the keynote speeches, but even all the breakouts focused on AI. I mean, it was a tech conference, so it was no surprise that played such a big role, but it certainly did. And that said, we all know emerging technologies like AI-driven journalism and algorithmic media are reshaping communication. There's certainly no denying that. How does this conference address these sort of opportunities and definitely challenges as well?
I think researchers, educators, practitioners, people in our field all share concerns about the impact of artificial intelligence, both on journalism and in education. And that's why, these emerging technologies are a central part of this year's conversation. We have a lot of panels that explore topics, including how AI is transforming journalism, looking at content creation. I think it's also really important for those of us in media-related fields to consider ethical questions such as transparency and algorithmic bias. So, ultimately, we want participants to leave with some practical insights into the benefits and potential pitfalls of AI use in the classroom. Because I think that's where the future is headed. It's not a matter of if we'll all be using AI, it is how soon will we all be using AI.
Oh yeah, totally. It's one of these things where it's the future is headed there, and for a great many, it's here now. There's no doubt about that. In fact, the idea of AI in journalism, I may hop on a plane and fly over to the conference because I'd love to sit in on that conversation as well. Dr. Atay, as an organizer, I know you've been inspired many times over the years. Does anything specifically stand out that you've witnessed during your time at MEDCOM as something that's just really inspiring or just some significant outcome?
Oh, many things. I hope you are hearing me.
Loud and clear.
Okay, we were always taught, as a Turkish citizen, we were always taught to turn our faces towards the West. MEDCOM changed that for me, immensely changed. Ever since I found myself in Malaysia, I think it was 2017, by chance, it was a pure chance, with the sun, and I found, as soon as I found myself in Malaysia for MEDCOM, and I just realized that, okay, the sun rises in the east, this kind of stuff. I have eagerly awaited MEDCOM every year. Over these, I've been with incredibly beautiful people, including my co-chairs, Andrea and Chris, and you.
Thank you. I was hoping you'd say that.
Of course, Carmen. And I have learned so much, and I don't know if I've been able to teach anything. MEDCOM has given me new friends, perspective, and so I'm really happy to meet all those people during the years.
Yes, ma'am, no doubt, and I'm quite positive you've been able to teach a great deal. And lastly, as we're running low on time here, Dr. Valturani, I'd love to ask, I know a lot of people come to this every year, but no doubt some are first-time attendees. And for those who've never attended before, what makes the conference different from other international communication gatherings? Oh, Dr. Valturani, I think that you have muted your microphone. If you could hit the...
Oh, sorry.
There, okay.
Sorry.
As long as you
say
heard
that...
my question, go ahead.
I understand very well your question, and I think for the first attendees, it's possible to find, first of all, a place where it's possible to know not only other researchers, other research, other practitioners and educators, but also friends. Friends, because the atmosphere, it's very quiet, it's very slow, sometimes too much slow, but it's a very important to have time to meet not only, I repeat, researchers, but friends. And I have the opportunity to create the condition to build together research project, to write something together, to prepare other paper for other conferences. And so it's an occasion to build a future in his or her career.
No doubt, I obviously so much to gain professionally, but I know there's some wonderful personal connections as well. Dr. Finner, Dr. Ate, Dr. Valterani, certainly thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me to talk about this wonderful event. It's the 11th Annual World Conference on Media and Communication, March 23rd and 24th in Bali, Indonesia. Appreciate your time, all three of you.